Though academic policy insists that all incoming PhD students must have published at least one research paper because it helps them adapt to advanced research tasks, it excludes many potentially promising candidates. The proposed assumption, a person who hasn't published is just as likely to excel in a PhD program as someone who has. The correct answer is assumption made. The statement criticizes the policy by saying it excludes many potentially promising candidates. In other words, it's implying the policy is unfair or too restrictive. But why would that be a problem, unless we believe those without publications could succeed just as well? This is where the assumption comes in. The statement doesn't say non-published candidates are equally likely to succeed, but it must believe it, or the criticism of the policy would make no sense. To test us, we'll use a negative test. People without publications are much less likely to excel in a PhD program. Now ask, if this were true, would the criticism of the policy still make sense? No. If students without publications were clearly less capable, then the policy wouldn't be excluding promising candidates. It would just be setting a valid standard. So the original argument would collapse, because the criticism only makes sense if publication status does not predict success. The assumption that non-published candidates are just as likely to succeed must be made, and that's why the correct answer is assumption made.